Hi, my name is Sanjeet. I'm 22 years old. I'm a fourth-year student at U of T studying history and political science, and I'm a downhill skateboarder. I got into downhill skateboarding earlier in 2021. Me and my best friend of Caleb of about 12 years, we're always interested in skateboarding and in particular downhill. And 2021 gave us the opportunity because nothing was really going on at the time. We're stuck at home watching a lot of YouTube videos from videos we enjoyed earlier on in our childhood and our teenage years. And 2021 also, I had the opportunity to have adult money, so I used that in order to get all the gear I needed and then decided to start learning. I was tired of the politics of regular conventional sports. I started doing baseball when I was in my youth, and I found that as you pushed into baseball, it was more institutionalized and more politicized in terms of like ideas of coaches' kids and whatnot. And it's an environment that you can certainly thrive in, but I preferred the freedom of downhill skateboarding and wanted to do something that I already loved doing instead of trying to relearn something new. Downhill skateboarding is liberating in that sense, is that you can just go out and do it. There's no strings attached, no rules for downhill. I always started doing downhill skateboarding in a more casual setting, and when I decided to do it more seriously would have been at K&K Longboard Camp in Slovenia this summer. I had the opportunity to go to Italy for a summer abroad and took the opportunity to leave a week early in order to attend K&K Longboard Camp.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh. You okay? Yeah. Yes. Get a little bit slower, please. No.
And having the opportunity to skate a mountain with about 500 meters of an elevation change, over 4 kilometers long, with 18 corners, it was one of those daunting ones where I had no idea what I was getting myself into. At least in Ontario and with the scene, we have guys who can kind of give you hints at what a run is like, the features of it, whether or not there's potholes, whether or not there's a lot of cars, driveways, what to expect. But K&K was something that I was completely and utterly worrying for, and like for my life. I've heard guys going almost 80 kilometers an hour, and at the time, the fastest I've ever done it was like 60. So like the physical and mental part are definitely things that I had to work on, and I didn't have a lot of time. Before I skated K&K, I hadn't skated for 3 weeks, so my body, I was going cold turkey into this run, and I knew the run was going to be insane. It's a 6-minute run, 4 kilometers distance, and somewhere between, I think it's around 400 meters of an elevation change. It was nothing, I haven't skated anything like it since or beforehand, and my body was just sore. There was times during my run, I have film of it, where I'll just be like pounding my legs, like, come on, gotta keep going, gotta keep going. And I guess that leads into the mental part of like skating too, is that you can't afford not to be mentally sound. So I've had moments where I've frozen. Back in my first year, I had a pretty bad crash about maybe 2 months into skating at this spot in Aurora, so Newmarket, Ontario. And I returned there later on, or earlier this year, after skating K&K, and I went down it and I was petrified. It wasn't the run itself, I felt fine. And I don't usually reveal it too often, but I do get panic attacks at times when I'm overwhelmed. It happens sometimes when I do schoolwork. I get really stressed around grades. I'm trying to go to law school, and I want to do something like that, and like that gets overwhelming to me at times. And it happened that at K&K, one of my first runs, I froze going down it. I had a panic attack going like 50 or 60 kilometers an hour down a hill. For someone in their second year skating, skating at a run in a mountain in Slovenia, not having access to any of your friends at home. It was scary. I was like petrified, but it was something that I went through, and I think I was better for it, having done it. And I think the attitude that I have going forward is that skating allows you to block those ideas out, because if you aren't able to, you're essentially risking your life. So instead of having to focus on any external factors, you're pushing everything to one thing only, focusing everything on just skating. I think you can be both a professional skater and hold other professional standards, and I think that's something that I hope to establish. I want to become a world champion skater. That's my goal. From this point forward, I'm going to be working towards that goal.